Alright, so I'm working on a couple of Honda mowers here. One of them was in pretty good shape. One of them I got second-handed, and there was a few things missing. There was, it needed an oil change. I cleaned the carburetor out, and it cranked up. Let me show you what I'm looking at. So this is the one I've had for a little while. I usually rent it out if I'm not using it. And this one I got secondhand, and it was missing the bag. It was missing that little stopper, or the bag. What do you call it? The plug or whatever. So for mulching, the mulching adapter, whatever it's called. But and I changed the oil on it, and it cranks up. It's a little louder than this one. So it might be a muffler problem. Who knows? Maybe it was left out in the rain and rusted out. Haven't really looked at it that hard yet. But the biggest thing is when I was throttling. When I was throttling the, moving the throttle back and forth, it's like it's real loose. It won't just seem real erratic, right? So when I, put the choke on, and when I go back to fast, it just seems like it was freewheeling, and it was hard to stay in place. So the engine would, sometimes it would rev up high, and then as it kept moving across, it would decrease in RPM, stuff like that. So when I first got it, I kept looking at the linkage. It's like, is something bent? Is something, what's going on here? It all looks good. But then when I put them side by side and started looking more at the throttle lever itself, I was thinking maybe it needed a new cable, something like that. But if you take a look at this, so the lever has little notches there so it'll stay in place. And you see the gap here on this side. On this one, let me squeeze in. You see the gap on this side, and it's just freewheeling. Your little notches aren't engaging. And if you look inside, there's a spring. So I think somebody had replaced the cable, whoever had this before me, replaced the cable, but then mounted it wrong. So that's what I'm going to do. Let me get this where I can get to it. Let's take it apart and see what happens. Alright, so it looks like it's 10 millimeter bolts. There we go. Nut and a washer. Let's take that off. Yeah, okay, there's a Phillips head screw there holding the housing together. And there's a bushing. Be careful not to lose the screw. I'm out here in the yard. That's usually when it happens, right? Drop a screw and never find it again. There we go. Alright, no problem. So I think the spring needs to go on this side, not that side. Let's line everything up. Yeah. I think I used the bushing to to help line it up. Let's try that. I'm fumbling here. There we go. Oh, now I put that upside down. It goes this way, don't it? There we go. Alright, let me find that screw. Well, there we go. So the stops are engaging. There's stop, slow, up to fast, and there's the choke. So that was it. It was just a misplaced spring. So you see the gap on this side. Let's get this mounted again. Alright, there we go. Perfect. Well, that's it. So, quick fix. Well, so that happens sometimes. You get something secondhand, and sometimes you end up fixing somebody else's fixes. But that was an easy fix. Just thought I'd show that. When I took a second glance, that's when I noticed it was mounted wrong. But so if you ever run into that problem, take a look at the throttle cable too, and make sure everything's mounted correct. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe and watch for my next video.